can hear the person that's calling the routine. It does not do well if they tell them all to go left and one person doesn't know, so they promptly plow into the bike in front of them that's turning. So they're just giving a quick check on that before they go. Like the last team, this group was created here. They've been working together for 3 days. And I say that loosely. One of them reminded me they've done some other courses here, so some of the riders couldn't even make all 3 practices. So, I should be telling you names as they go by. Up front, Ron Littweiler, Ricky Scales from Wichita Falls, Stephen Brighton. Yes, I dropped the thing. Stephen is from Ontario. Will Cumley from Virginia, planning to head home and start a new team. We actually just found a new team in Ontario. We didn't know somebody had started putting it together. Who'd I miss? Greg Eisenhower from Sheridan, Indiana. Jim Roney from Waterloo, Ontario. Blair Embry from Nova Scotia. Oh, they snuck Buddy back in here from Georgia. He's getting ride time. My gain is on 9 and the top setting is 10. I'm afraid if you can hear these things rattle, I'm afraid what happens at 10. So I'll try to yell a little louder. And here they come again. You see the speed's up a little bit this time. See the bikes are leaning a little bit more, which is a nice thing. They have that nice big yellow circle out there they're using the first time, but now they're about 5-6 feet inside it on one side, so they're closing up. I like that because that's going to make those new judges work harder. I wish we had a courage patch we could send out this year. I'd certainly give it to one to all the riders who come out and do this on 3 days of practice. I'd give one to the judges too, just for daring to do that. Round and round they go, and like I said, you can see them a little closer this time. Circle's not going out so far. Still about to hit that bike in the rear end. That's always cool. One big circle to catch your breath and then tighten that up. Here we come. First time around they were about 10 feet apart. Suddenly they're at 4. If they do 2 more circles, they'll be down to 2. All right, and out they come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We didn't lose anybody yet. Yay! Put your highway bars up. I told him that twice along the week because every time I look at them I think that's going to hit somebody, and then I really look and I say, that's the way they're molded. You can't turn them up. But he does a good job with them. Alright, down the end they go in deuces. As they turn that corner, you'll get a look at them, especially with this extra speed. Watch how that outside bike tucks their mirror right underneath the mirror of the inside bike as they come around. Stand right there side by side, close enough to touch. Wait till they've been doing this 2 years. You'll see the guy on the right reach over with his hand and hit the kill switch of the other rider. Not saying I've seen that happen, but there they go. That looked good. They come in this big figure 8 again. And is it me or are they getting a little tighter every time they come by with that? That is sharp. All right, roll them out to center and we'll split them up to do something else crazy. It's a little thing you don't notice at first about the precision, but when they'd moved on the other side, they turned away from each other. And still the leaders made all their turns at the same time as that rider behind them. It's only an image in their rear view. Here's the building blocks of precision. If you watch them come through this X, you can see all those tires hitting that X. You can't stand the bike up because you'd be into each other's mirrors. Ooh, if you see the judges' pins moving on that one, they deserve it. That jump correction leaving your partner behind is a bad thing. On the other hand, they look a lot better when they tighten up, don't they? Now here's the hard part. You turn away and again your partner's behind you blind and you got to come back and meet him at that line. When we train new riders, we refer to that yellow line at the center as the wall of death. If you cross over and hit somebody's bike, they're probably going to cross back over and beat you to death. Is there anybody here who has cheap Goldwing parts? Right? Right. No, not a hand in the crowd. So, a lot of trust in your partner, a lot of faith in him to not be where you need to be, to not hit you wherever you are, and to not cost you a lot of money in parts. Like the first time, that little fly down is cool, it's snazzy, it's a tough maneuver to be there at the right time and out of the way before the next bike, but it's also good for the bikes to cool them down for a moment. There's a 4x4 where those mirrors just 3-4 inches apart in a straight line matching speed. All that's done with throttle and clutch. And as you might imagine, those inside bikes have nowhere to go. They've got to be rock steady. Again, that blind turn going away from your partners. And here they come in a wedge as they get settled in and start moving in. Those mirrors will be inside of the mirror of the bike in front of you as they try and move them right up against the backseat speaker. This is why this is a solo event. If the wives were in the back seat, they'd be smacking somebody for getting in that close. I have a great story for you sometime about a DJ in England that we took for a ride in that maneuver. He'd never been on a bike, lost his mind. Here you get a good look at them up close, just how close they're riding. Everyone depends on the bike in front of them and the bike beside them. I tend to razz the guy in the front row a lot. That's going to be this turquoise bike coming around. He's the only one on the team who gets clear air most of the time. And I razz them because I can, but they have the greatest responsibility because they've got to make sure everybody stays in order. If they lose one, they got to get them back.